everyone, my name is Su Jin Kim. I am APC ID 118, and today we're going to discuss Chapter 4 of DSIOPMA or Operations Management following the Stevenson book. So, just an overview, here are the components of Chapter 4's coverage. To begin, let me say that the essence of a business organization is the products and services they offer, and every aspect of the organization and its supply chain are structured around those products and services. So, organizations have a strategic interest in product and service design. Okay, so what do product and service designs do exactly? Well, product and service design involves or affects nearly every functional area of an organization. However, marketing and operations do have major involvements here. So more specifically, they translate customer wants and needs into product and service requirements. They refine existing products and services or develop new products and services. They also formulate quality goals and cost targets. They construct and test prototypes and they document specifications. They also translate product and service specifications into process specifications. Okay, moving on. From a buyer standpoint, most purchasing decisions entail two fundamental considerations. One is cost and the other is quality or performance. But from an organization standpoint, the key questions are as follows. One, is there a demand for it? Examples would be what is the potential size of the market? What is the expected demand profile? Is demand short term or long term? Will it grow quickly or will it grow slowly? Next question is, can we do it? Do we have the necessary knowledge, skills, equipment, and supply chain? Or for products, this is known as manufacturability, while for services, this is known as serviceability. Also, an example of a question could be, is outsourcing some or all the work an option? Next, what level of quality is appropriate? What do customers expect? What level of quality do competitors provide? How would it fit with our current offerings? Last question, does it make sense from an economic standpoint? What are the potential liability issues, ethical considerations, and sustainability issues? Or like for nonprofits, is the cost within budget? Now, we can move on to the concept of idea generation. Ideas for new or redesigned products or services can come from a variety of sources, including customers, the supply chain, competitors, employees, and research. So one of the strongest motivators for new and improved products or services are the competitors' products and services. So some companies actually purchase a competitor's product and then carefully dismantle and inspect it. So they search for ways to improve their own product. This is called reverse engineering. Actually, the Ford Motor Company used this tactic in developing its highly successful Taurus model. So, we also have research, another source of ideas for new and improved products or services. Research and development refers to organized efforts that are directed towards increasing scientific knowledge and product or process innovation. So, R&D efforts may involve basic research, applied research, and development. So basic research has the objective of advancing the state of knowledge about a subject without necessarily any near-term expectation of commercial applications, while applied research has the objective of achieving commercial applications. And next we have development, which converts the result of applied research into useful commercial applications. Okay, so moving on, we have legal and ethical considerations. So the general guidelines would be produce designs that are consistent with the goals of the organization, give customers the value they expect, and make health and safety a primary concern. So designers must be careful to take into account a wide variety of legal and ethical considerations. Generally, these are mandatory, but if there is a potential to harm the environment, then those issues also become important. Ethical issues often arise in the design of products and services. It is important for managers to be aware of these issues and for designers to adhere to ethical standards. Designers are often under the pressure to speed up the design process and to cut costs, and these pressures often require them to make trade-off decisions, many of which involve ethical considerations. So here we have the concept of product liability, which is a strong incentive for design improvements. Product liability is the responsibility of a manufacturer for any injuries or damages caused by a faulty product because of, poor design or workmanship. And many businesses actually face lawsuits related to their product already. So manufacturers are also faced with implied warranties created by state laws under the Uniform Commercial Code, which says that products carry an implication of merchantability and fitness. That is, a product must be able to satisfy its intended purpose. So, it is extremely important to design products that are reasonably free of hazards, and when hazards do exist, it is necessary to install safety guards or other devices for reducing accident potential and to provide adequate warning notice of risks. So we move on to global product and service design. Traditionally, product design has been conducted by members of the design team who are located in one facility or a few nearby facilities. However, organizations that operate globally are discovering advantages in global product design. So we have benefits from virtual teams. Virtual teams can provide a range of comparative advantages over traditional teams, such as engaging the best human resources from around the world without the need to assemble them all in one place. And they can operate on a 24-hour basis, thereby decreasing the time to market. The use of global teams also allow for customer needs assessment to be done in more than one country with local resources, opportunities to be taken into account. So, global product design can provide design outcomes that increase the marketability and utility of a product. The diversity of an international team may yield different points of view and ideas and even information to enrich the design process. However, care must be taken in managing the diversity because if it's mismanaged, it can lead to conflicts and miscommunication. Okay, next we have environmental factors. Product and service design is a focal point in the quest for sustainability. Key aspects include cradle to grave assessment, end of life programs, reduction of costs and materials used, reusing of parts or of returned products, and recycling. So, first we have cradle to grave assessment, also known as life cycle analysis. It is the assessment of the environmental impact of a product or service through its useful life, focusing on such factors like global warming. For products with cradle to grave analysis, we take into account the impact of every phase of a product's life cycle, from raw materials to fabrication of parts or assembly, and the processes used to create products itself. So we focus also on the consumption of the product as well as the disposal at the end of a product's useful life. The goal of cradle to grave assessment is to choose products and services that have the least environmental impact while still taking into account economic considerations. Next, end of life programs deal with products that have reached the end of their useful lives. The products include both consumer products and business equipment. The purpose of these programs is to reduce the dumping of products, particularly electronic equipment, in landfills or third world countries, as has been common practice. So designers often reflect on three particular aspects of potential cost savings and reducing environmental impact. We have reducing the use of material through value analysis, refurbishing and reselling return goods that are deemed to have additional useful life, or we also have reclaiming parts of unusable products for recycling. So, we have value analysis. This refers to an examination of the function of parts and materials in an effort to reduce the cost or improve the performance of a product. Typical questions that would be asked as part of this analysis would be, could a cheaper part or material be used? Is the function necessary? Something like that. So we also have an emerging concept in manufacturing, which is the remanufacturing of products. Remanufacturing refers to refurbishing used products by replacing worn out or defective components and reselling the products. This can be done by the original manufacturer or by another company. There are a number of important reasons for doing this. One is that a remanufactured product can be sold for about 50% of the cost of a new product. Another is that the process requires mostly unskilled and semi-skilled workers. So designing products that so that they can be easily taken apart has given rise to yet another design consideration, which is design for disassembly or DFD. This means that a design can easily be taken apart. Next, and finally, we have recycling. It is sometimes an important consideration for designers to recover materials for future use. This applies not only to manufactured parts but also to the materials used during production, such as lubricants and solvents. So, companies recycle for a variety of reasons, including cost savings, environment concerns, and environmental regulations. The pressure to recycle has given rise to the term design for recycling or DFR. This refers to a product design that takes into account the ability to disassemble a used product to recover the recyclable parts. Okay, so that ends my discussion with you guys. I hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you very much for listening.